What is going on, guys? Dragon Blade here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends. We're going to be taking our Graveyard Scout back onto the ladder. I don't really think I should be calling it Graveyard Scout anymore. It's more of a Slay Scout deck nowadays. Only Graveyard elements is the one Gravesinger, the Blackworm Necros, and the Falkreath Defiler, which puts us at, I think, 6 or 7 total Graveyard cards. So I guess that has a Graveyard element. But the overarching theme of the deck is actually the Slay mechanic. So I'll probably stick to calling it Slay Scout just because it's more accurate. Graveyard Scout does sound cooler. As we hop in, and we have a very high cost hand. We're actually going to completely redraw this. Doesn't get much better. Dark Guardian is definitely a good card for us. We actually tend to use Dark Guardian more as the stally card than for the effect. But in general, it's an excellent card for early game for us. This deck kind of thrives on not quite stalling, but just trying to get the Brotherhood Sanctuary set up, get a couple things going, and then just start riding the value to victory. Okay. Unfortunately, I think we have to ring out Dark Guardian. I can't really risk being this behind. I'll take that hit. The only way he gets over this turn is with a... He would need double rapid shot plus this.
My arrows shall
or that is another option as well. Rapid shot, sharpshooter, scout plus attack. So he wound up using a whole lot of resources just to have us lay out another Dark Guardian. Next turn we can get the Defiler out depending on what he plays in this lane. Sorry about that. And then we could probably start trying to res some Dark Guardians, which would be ideal. Shadowfen Priest is always good to have on hand. But again, we have to kind of... This deck is kind of reactionary. You don't really go on the offensive until you start having some creatures out and get ready to start generating value. Something like this is fine. I'm actually just going to swing, play Falkreath Defiler.
Steal from folks who ain't using it. That's the key.
If we can bring back our Dark Guardian, it's just bonus. We're not going to kill him off unless we have to.
The day is mine.
See what he's thinking about over here. Sower of Revenge. This is going to be a pretty excellent silence target.
You must be cleansed.
Okay. I think we go face.
I wasn't looking.
We'll just get our value. Fortunately, we had nothing else to res, so Brotherhood Sanctuary wouldn't have helped us there. I was thinking about ringing it out, but there's no reason to ring it out at the moment. We'll be able to play both of them next turn. What else does he have? Silencing the one Sower of Revenge is definitely excellent for us, though. It's getting some early Triumphant Jarl value. Finish off would be pretty excellent here. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, we're gonna get our damage in.
Mother of mud.
And then we'll just play this, and we will play this.
Just give me a name.
Hopefully we just trade there. Next turn we can get our Baroness out. So we'll just take the trade. And this is where the deck starts working out well. Getting value from Baroness and stuff like that. 2 Haunting Spirits, though. Okay.
It's nothing personal.
Just keep pushing damage. And then we'll ring out our Baroness, and
My time is precious.
that's a great one to get out next turn. We're just going to keep trying to get value here.
The forest will not
Earthstone
suffer your
Spinner. Alright, so we're not going to get our second trigger in. But he is going to trade 2 people into that. Which actually is quite fine. Next turn I can ring out a Tazcat if I want to just take this out and not risk the extra damage. Especially since he's putting stuff into it, I think I still might.
It's nothing
Face.
personal.
My plays are Eclipse Baroness or Ring Out Tazcad. I think I actually go Eclipse
Let's go
Baroness
then.
first.
My time is precious.
That's a good one to have reduced. Next turn, Tazcad is fine. I'll take this damage, especially since we're so ahead. He needs to try and clean up the board. Going face is fine for him, but at the same time,
The day is
he's in a
mine.
very good position.
Feel
There's not too many prophecies this deck can trigger. Thorn Histmage is a welcome sight.
If I
That is
fall,
excellent for
the
us.
Hist will reclaim me.
Is he going to unsummon this? Or unsummon the Baroness? Alright, that's fine. Okay, I think we're going to have to Tazcad this. Either that or we go hit, Thorn Histmage, Fighters Guild Recruit.
These streets are mine.
Let's go with this
nothing
first.
personal.
We'll swing. We're going to hit a Prophecy, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? If it's a Mummify, I'm sure he'll just Mummify this.
Let nothing through.
He's actually going to play his Gatekeeper. I'll make that trade no problem.
If I
This,
fall,
this,
Hist will
and this,
claws are sharp and festive.
which should prevent us from dying this turn. And then Tazcad from hand gives us a pretty good lethal threat next turn. What can he do here? Swing into this, power up one of these two, which will then kill that.
Close ranks. Let
This
nothing
is okay.
through.
Gonna have 9 from hand unless he has
Close
some equip
ranks,
cards.
Let nothing through.
11 from hand. And if that's it, we win. So then we swing Tazcad. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully that's it. Now, unless he has a 1-mana guard, it's over. Okay.
It's
We'll
nothing
swing at
personal.
this. Get Tazcad out. Good game, sir. And we will escape with a victory. Had a very strong board there, but we had a lot of stuff that we could have started working towards eventually in hand. But if we didn't win that turn, it was over, because he had just too much strength on the board. But we got ourselves into a good position to try and win that there. Okay, so let's get another one. This deck is so much fun to play. Especially when things are going well. I have such a great time playing it. I still haven't decided what I like more between the Blood Magic Lords and the Night Talon Lords. I also have been thinking about trying to fit Night Shadow into the deck just because it's a lower cost drain creature, since Night Talon Lord is our only main form of recovery in the deck. But I just haven't really convinced myself that that was worth it yet. It's definitely something I might do down the line. Now, unfortunately, when we play this on turn 2, there's a real chance that it gets executed. But if he executes this, there's less of a chance that he'll have an execute coming up for this. So obviously we just have a regular smooth curve here to start the game. Getting Brotherhood Sanctuary out in turn 1 is always awesome. One of the things that this deck does struggle with is occasionally when you open up with Brotherhood Sanctuary in hand, or basically if in the first turn or two you wind up with 2 Brotherhood Sanctuaries, a lot of times you can really struggle from not having enough resources to do things with in hand. A lot of the losses I've had have come where I draw 2 Brotherhood Sanctuaries. So that is a real concern with this deck, I would say. So our curve just winds up continuing 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pretty perfect. Depending on what he plays, I might even considering ringing out the Defiler, just to get more Fighters Guild Recruit value. Definitely we'll see what he plays. If he executes here, I might just Dark Guardian and play it safe.
If I fall,
He plays his own Fighters Guild Recruit, which I think will play into me doing this.
Steal from folks who ain't using it. That's
And
the
then,
key.
unless he has a hit and finish off, I think we'll be able to get our Fighters Guild recruit back next turn. I think. The one thing I wish I could fit into this deck, but I know it doesn't fit in the color, the scout colors. I wish I could get a Palace Conspirator so I can discard some of these higher cost things and just res them with Defiler. But being that the deck is how it is, I'm pretty happy with how it's standing at the moment. The only thing I would consider is possibly maybe some camels. But even those I don't think are the best options.
My scales moving.
This is cool.
Shadow.
So I think the safer play here is to ring out our Thorn Hist Mage, both for the ramp and because it contests both of those creatures, unless he has a Piercing Javelin in hand. And if he does have the Piercing Javelin in hand, we're killing one of them now, moving forward. So now, I think we'll go face first. If he wants to use a second Javelin here, I'm more than happy with that. If it's a Daring Cut Purse, it's fine. I don't know what else his prophecy would be besides maybe a Werebat or Priest of the Moon. I think he's considering whether or not he wants to get this out right now. Probably should have played Dark Guardian before swinging, but at the same time I don't want him to be able to Javelin the Dark Guardian, which is why I didn't do what you would normally do and play the card before attacking. Actually, what I think I might do, rather than play the Dark Guardian right now, I'm going to go Spell Sword and Venom Tongue. Any kill with Venom Tongue right now is going to give me +2 max Magicka, which will not put me over the top, but put me in a pretty excellent position here. Especially because we're preventing him from getting Brotherhood Slayer value at the moment, and then we can favorably trade with both of these guys next turn, unless, as we see there, he has another Piercing Javelin.
It's nothing personal.
And he has an Execute. He's using a lot of removal very early, though. We're going to swing here, and we're going to take advantage of this opportunity to get some Necromancer value. And this is fine. We'll take this 4 damage to the face, and again, we can favorably trade next turn. He's burned through 2 Javelins and an Execute so far, which means the quicker we get through these Javelins, the harder time he's going to have answering our big creatures towards the end of the game. This drain isn't going to do too bad for us. And actually, I can get Eclipse Baroness out this turn. We definitely need to clean this up.
I wasn't looking for trouble.
And I think what we're going to do is Dark Guardian and Venom Tongue. Just because I want to get this value, but I also don't want to take the 5 to the face, so I'm willing to basically sacrifice the Dark Guardian. Next turn, I can Night Talon Lord, or if we can get enough swings off, I might consider playing another Necromancer.
No prisoners.
There's a lot of options here, though. That Execute is fine, so now he's burned through 2 Executes and 2 Piercing Javelins. Okay. We're gonna go face again. I think we swing.
Do you fear death?
If I swing, finish off, swing, I can play Necro, but there's no guarantee that I get anything useful out of it. I think the better play here, and we get punished if he has that 3rd Javelin in hand, but I'd rather play Night Talon Lord now. Even if he has the other Javelin in hand, it'll allow us to kind of set up even better with Baroness. That's fine. Okay, so I think we take our damage here.
I am the night.
That puts us in a pretty excellent position, which will then Necro in this lane.
Feel my power.
Being that we pulled our Hist Mage, we don't have to attack with our Defiler at the moment. What that will set up for is if he swings into this, we can swing with our Defiler and pull 2 things out of the discard pile, which being one of them will probably be... Alright, we're going to lose our Night Talon Lord here. That's still fine because we can finish this off. Or, if we double trade, we pull Night Talon Lord and Necro back. So normally finish off would be the smarter play, but I'm going to pull back Night Talon Lord and a Black Worm Necromancer. And then our Necromancer is going to summon a Thorn Hist Mage, which is pretty awesome. Which I think will then play another Necromancer. What do we have to pull from the... We can pull another Necro or a Defiler. I think the better play is just a Baroness.
My time is precious.
And I guess we'll play Brotherhood Slayer.
Just give me a name.
I was going to play the other Necro, but we don't have anything else in our discard pile at the moment that's worth it. But as you can see here, like... That's not the worst thing. But the value that you can generate from some of these cards is pretty ridiculous.
Lead my family to glory.
So we'll definitely trade into Astrid.
Thorns and claws.
Trade into that.
Personal.
We'll finish it off. We'll play ourselves another Necro
Just give me a
to
name.
pull a Brotherhood Slayer out of the discard pile, and then we'll play a Hist Mage. Get our Magicka even higher. Now, if we can get another Defiler out, we are in awesome shape. We have 10 on board right now, which isn't enough for lethal, but it's enough to push him on the brink. He's used a lot of removal. Wasn't expecting him to be carrying Immolating Blasts. That's quite fine. What else does he have here? We're into the Manticore zone. This will get us completed contracts, which doesn't really help us that much at all. I think we go for the more aggressive play, which is Shadowfen Priesting the Manticore and attacking right through it, getting the 7 damage out. I think that's what we're going to do.
Thorns and claws.
Do we pull the last Piercing Javelin?
A little distraction.
Now it's
might
Cloudrest
prove
Illusionist, which he's then going to lower her attack, but she already
It's
attacked.
nothing personal.
And then I could put another Shadowfen Priest out to threaten lethal next turn. But I just don't think it's a very responsible play, just because of Dawn's Wrath or Immolating Blast again. Especially because if you play something big from hand, we want to be able to Shadowfen Priest that. Now, he has to kill this. Ideally, he has to kill 2 things or get another guard out. If he kills and then has another Manticore, he's in a pretty decent spot. So he's in a pretty decent spot.
Behold my power.
We'll Shadow Shift his Manticore over. We'll get a Night Mother out that doesn't help us. We'll play this anyway.
It's
Pull the
nothing
face.
personal.
Pop another rune. This guy's just Prophecy City over here.
The Hist will reclaim me. You must be clever.
Silence that. And we will block, I guess, a little bit of damage. Now we're in top deck mode. If one of these things doesn't survive this turn, we're basically screwed. If he has the 3rd Manticore in hand, we're just incredibly unlucky.
To the crowd.
Behold my power.
Okay. So we can kill that 1 Manticore. We don't have anything else to do, though.
Just give me a name.
As he's just flooding the board now. Blood Magic Lord is indeed awesome.
Now you will see real power.
What do we pull? We pull a Drain Life, which I think wins us the game.
It's nothing personal.
Face. Say good game. And play our Drain Life. So we were a little bit in danger at the end of that game, but Blood Magic Lord managed to pull us out of it. So that's pretty fantastic. We'll wind up going 2-0 in this episode with Slay Scout. Performing pretty admirably there. Definitely very happy. Let's see what we get. 15 gold and a Cragworn Scavenger. So, like I said, I think Slay Scout's starting to perform better. It's starting to hit its stride. I think those optimizations we made to the deck are starting to really show that they were pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and end this episode for now. As always, thank you all very, very much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the varied decks that we're playing this season. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.